Hi, this is Apostle Dr. Jewel Williams here with our marriage moment. And as I said before, I'm going to be talking about my fruit will remain. And so today's topic from a marriage perspective is going to be bring forth fruit. So again, I said the theme for the year for our church is my fruit will remain, or the fruit will remain. And so one of the things, the scripture, I'm going to read it again in case you didn't see Mondays, but this is John 15:16, the King James Version, and it says, "You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit shall remain, that whatsoever you shall ask of the Father in my name, he shall give it to you." And so what I think is really interesting, when I talk about fruit, I'm talking about from the perspective of the works that you're bringing, the things that you're bringing forth from your life. But also because we're talking about it from a marriage perspective, I'm talking natural and spiritual. Your children are part of the fruit that you will bring forth. God has ordained you. Now, let me put a pin in this for a minute. Some of us married folks because that's just what we chose. So I'm not saying that every marriage was God ordained. But if you have now, regardless of how you got together, but if you've come to a decision that you and your spouse have said, you know what, we're turning over our life to God, we are allowing him to lead us, then you are now chosen by him. So I'm going to come to this word from that perspective. And so since he has chosen you, because you have now said, our marriage is yours. So there's now a assignment that he has on your life as a married couple. What is that assignment? He said to bring forth fruit in the natural and the spiritual. Now, there's some people you can't have children. So I'm not saying that, that's something wrong with you in the sense that can happen. But I'm saying as a married couple, if you've brought forth fruit, children, there is something that you should be doing with that. That should be something that you're sustaining, that you are bringing forth them to honor God. Excuse me, I had to pause a minute. To honor God, but also they replicate you. But let me talk about that for a minute. This is then about what fruit are you bringing forth. If you're mean and nasty, it's kind of hard for you to expect to have very loving children. It can happen, but more than likely, they're going to pick up your behaviors. If you are not trustworthy, if you are a liar, if you get my point? You have some characteristics in you that are not godlike. You and I, or you and your spouse, or whoever, we all have to make sure that we're dealing with that, so that that's not the kind of fruit that we're bringing forth. That we're bringing forth godly fruit that's submitted, because we didn't choose ourselves. God chose us. So there's no reason for any of us to be prideful. So we humble ourselves. We come together as a husband and wife and say, hey, how do we want to live our marriage so that it honors God? That our children that we bring into the earth also see how to honor God, because they saw it first in us. And now they can replicate that. Now they can go and do the same thing. They can learn how to do. One of my daughters, when she got married, blessed me, and she told me, she said, "Ma, I get it, why you raised us in church, why you raised us a certain way at the time when she was a kid. It makes sense." But she said now, as an adult, she wants to repeat some of those same things that we did for her as a child. That's the greatest blessing you can have and that's how guess what? That's how your fruit remains. If you raise your kids in godly ways, if you show them integrity. So let me say this. This is not a do what I say and not do what I do. This is a I'm doing it, now you follow. So if you're not doing what you're telling your child to do, you're a hypocrite. So I'm talking about those that are doing it so that now your child can follow you. Because guess what? Then your fruit remains and you bring about godly children. So for the marriage moment, work together so that then when you doing what God says to do, even with your children, now you can go and ask him what you need. You can ask him, Lord, help me so that I tend to the fruit my children will. I can come there and say, God, help me provide for the children that you gave for me. God, I can come to you now because you said that other part is that whatsoever I ask. See, I can ask for safety. I can ask for provision. I can ask for wisdom. I can ask how to be the right example. And God will bless me with those answers. Why? Because I did the first half. So go and make sure that your marriage, your parenting lines up with you making sure that the fruit is remaining and it's good fruit. God bless.